Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Jones versus Fowler.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Ms. Jones, you say that you and Mr. Fowler have a 2-year-old together, and you're furious that he now denies fathering your 5-month-old son, Adonis. You grew up without your biological father, and you're here to save Adonis from what you went through as a child. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Fowler, this isn't your first time in my courtroom. And once again, a woman is accusing you of fathering her child. Do you believe you are Amira's father?
No, I do not.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Fowler, you are not the father. And just like last time, you are positive that you are not this baby's father. Ms. Jones, so you're furious. He accepts one child and not the other?
Yes.
Explain.
Like, every time he comes to see his son, his 2-year-old son, he forgets about Adonis. Like, when other people get in his head, Adonis don't exist. But when we all alone, that's his son.
No, I don't believe it's my child, Your Honor. I don't. I hope out the best way I can.
Look at his
out the best way I
mouth.
can, but I don't think I'm a father.
You don't help him.
That's
You
a lie,
never
Your
did
Honor.
nothing for my son.
Lying.
I'm the
Stop
mother.
lying. Stop lying.
I always did everything for my son.
Stop lying.
You never did nothing for him, just like you never did nothing for Qamp-tainment.
Right, whatever. So, if
So,
I'm at work, we're
Only
supposed to
time
take
he
care of the kid.
contact me is when he drunk and he want to have sex.
Whatever.
All right.
Whatever. This is a lie. Whatever.
So
How? We just had sex 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we was drunk.
Right, that's the only way you contact me.
all right, listen. Let's deal with Adonis. But I will say, you all just repeating the same mistakes, and that's why you keep ending up here.
I love him.
Well, you might...
like, I always wanted to be a family with him.
I don't love her. I don't love her.
Oh,
I don't want to be in a relationship with her. I don't.
And this is exactly what I had to go through.
Even if Adonis is my child, I don't want to be in a relationship.
This is exactly what I had to go through ever since Qamp-tainment was a baby. He brought other females around him.
Wow.
He had another female push
Wow.
my son in a stroller.
How many guys I coach you with in your house, though?
Okay, but hold on.
And none of them I slept with.
Right.
Listen,
And
Miss Jones. But you went and got pregnant by him again, potentially. And now he's denying that he is Adonis's biological father. You say you love him, he says he don't love you.
I'm going to bed having sex with another guy.
You did not.
She
You're
was
lying.
necking, the guy was necking, I dropped Qamp-tainment off.
But the woman that you
And that
got
he-
here last with, you was cheating on her during the time I tried to become a family with you.
But we wasn't
With
together.
Qamp-tainment.
We wasn't together.
How?
We wasn't together.
Oh.
Just because you have a baby by somebody, that don't mean you got to be with them. Simple.
But text messages prove it
Point
all.
blank, period.
Text messages prove it all.
So
Text messages prove it all.
listen.
I guess.
This right here is just whack.
To be honest,
There's no other word. It really is.
You're right.
It's so bottom of the barrel. Once he broke off the line, I don't love you.
He never.
If
told me
I were you, I'd be here for my son.
He never told
No,
me
you
that.
still trying to argue with him, Miss Jones, to get his attention.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm
No,
not the judge
don't
that
talk.
first party.
Don't start talking. Now, you can keep rolling around with him and having sex with him every 3 weeks and giving yourself away to him for him to come up in this courtroom and let you know that you don't mean anything to him. Or you can follow my lead and let me lead you out this mess towards the truth and towards somewhere where you can become the respectable young lady and the mother you need to be. Now, you follow my lead. I ask the questions, give me the answers, and I'm gonna get you to the truth. So now, what was your relationship like after Kamari was born?
The same. He barely was coming over there to see him.
That's a lie.
So when you meet, you just basically having sex, no strings attached, no real friendship, no relationship, you get pregnant.
Half of the time he was coming to see Qamp-tainment, he wasn't. He was just sleeping with me.
I
That's
get
a
that.
lie.
So, but he accepted the fact that Kamari was his son.
Yes.
So now, take me to the place when you get pregnant with Adonis. What's going on with you all then?
When I told him I was pregnant with Adonis, he said the baby might be mine. That's what he said. He said, that baby is mine. You don't know who your baby father is? That baby is mine.
That's
that baby
a lie.
is mine.
I just told him baby's not mine.
So now how did you find out, Mr. Fowler, how did you find out Ms. Jones was pregnant with Adonis?
My family members seen her and asked me was I the father. So I asked her, and she always say, you might be, you might not. So I take that as no, I'm not the father. You have to know your dates, mama. You got to.
The dates add up the same around the time Kimari was born. My son's birthday, Kimari's birthday is November 16th. His birthday is November 2nd.
All right, but during the time before February,
what does that have to do with anything?
The dates adds up. Around the same time I got pregnant with Kimari is around the same time I got pregnant with Adonis, and he was the only woman I was sleeping with. Besides, it was him and another person, but he's for sure the father.
Ms. Jones told me that she was in a whole relationship.
Oh. You knew I was in a relationship. You ruined my relationship.
No, I did not.
You did.
That wasn't logical, what you stated. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Were you sleeping with one or two people during the window of time when Adonis was
I broke up with my other
conceived?
boyfriend, and I
It was
going
more
to
than
sleep
two
with
people,
him.
Your Honor.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not. No, it was not.
So wait. Ms. Jones, you are saying...
How many kids do you have?
Hold on. You had another boyfriend, but you broke up with him to be with Mr. Fowler.
Yes.
Lies.
Yes.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
That's a lie.
Now, hold on. Let's get to the timeline, because you say, Mr. Fowler, the dates ain't right. Let's get to the dates.
I had sex with him February 9th, the day after my period.
We had sex. We had sex February 14th,
Can you let me
Valentine's
talk?
Day.
Are you going to let me talk?
February 14th.
Are you going to let me talk?
Let her finish.
Okay.
I had sex with him February 9th. That was the last day. The last day of my period was February 8th.
Lies.
I had sex with him February 9th.
Lies.
I had sex with him again March 14th. During that time, I've been telling him I was pregnant already because I get my period every first of the month.
Lies.
March 1st came, I did not get my period. We had sex again March 14th. I found out I was pregnant March 24th.
Lies.
Okay, and Adonis was born...
In November.
In November.
2nd.
Yes. Your Honor, me and her had sex the day of Valentine's Day. I went to her house. I dropped my son off. She cooked. I stayed, and I spent the night. And I left the next morning.
You're lying. You don't have sex with so much females. You don't even know who.
I guess whatever.
Hold on.
That's what I have to do with.
If you had sex with her in February.
Yes.
And Adonis was born 9 months later, why are you questioning it?
Because she was sleeping with other men. We was not together. When I'm not with her, I don't know what she's doing.
You're going off of what other people is telling you.
Lies.
Be a man and ask me yourself.
Lies.
You can never do that.
Lies. Because we don't got that type of connection.
Why?
We don't got that mother.
Why? Look how you treated me.
That dad
Look how
and
you
mother
treat
bond
me.
towards our son.
So
Look
hold
how you
on.
treat me.
Now I need to understand, what were you hearing or what did you witness?
I'm not the father.
When did you hear that?
She was sleeping with somebody while she was in a relationship. I slept with her while she was in a relationship. Her and the other dude was on and off.
How do you know that?
Cause.
Do you have proof?
Yo, and I know she's
Do you have proof? You're not God.
So hold on, Ms. Jones. Let's ask him. How do you know that?
My sources?
Exactly.
Your sources.
I can't talk to Ms. Jones because me and Ms. Jones is always arguing.
No, I'm talking about your proof. I'm talking about how do you know, or why is it you feel you are not Adonis's biological
because I
father?
only slept with her one time.
Well, you know, it only takes once. So now let's move on to a point that really has some credibility. What did you hear, or where did you hear it from? What did you witness?
It was a guy, and he thinks that he's Adonis' father.
Oh.
The dude from the previous relationship that she supposedly broke up with.
Oh, so that guy
Yes.
is asserting that he could be
the father. Yes,
and he
ma'am.
told you that?
Yes, in my face. Yes.
So,
Yes.
Ms.
They're
Jones,
beefing.
Yes.
They can't even speak to each other.
But he was.
So how?
I was there though.
And I make sure y'all don't even speak to each other.
But
He
he's
does not
around me
talk
still.
to him. You antagonize him every time you come to my house.
So if you broke up with him in November, why are you still in the house?
Your Honor, every time he comes to my house, any male person that's in my house, he's questioning them. You're not my man.
So
why are you
what?
worrying about who's in my house?
So why you want to sleep with me then?
Why do you want to sleep with me if you don't love me?
Whatever.
That's the question you should be asking yourself.
You should ask yourself that before you even slept with me in the get-go.
neither one of you are impressive.
You right.
So I don't know why we're going on this back and forth where you gonna one-up her and she gonna one-up you. I'm unimpressed. And you mean to tell me that poor Kimari is sitting up there having to listen to this nonsense and Adonis having to listen to this toxic nonsense for two people that don't know when to leave well enough alone? You all are not good for one another.
My
It
son
is no.
disrespects me
I
because
don't-
of him.
I bet he does.
My son, mother,
You disrespect
we need
me.
to pick
What
up my
type of
son.
father
I
are
don't
you?
pick up my son,
You
she-
wish them on this bad time.
Miss
Whatever.
Jones, Miss Jones.
Look, that's all I get is
Miss
whatever.
Jones, Miss Jones, Miss Jones. You are raging, but if there's not enough rage in the world to make him care about you. He doesn't. Now, the other problem is, Mr. Fowler, you wrong as the day is long because you know you don't want to be a family with her, and yet you using her as your own personal 7-Eleven, open 24 hours, right? 7 days a week for your convenience.
Your Honor, how can I
No,
fuck with a stranger?
no.
I didn't-
No.
I wasn't a stranger
Hold
last
on.
night.
I get what you're doing. I get what you're doing. Everybody in here gets what you're doing. You playing with fire.
To be honest, Your Honor, I just need hope. I just need hope to
I
leave
hope
him
it-
alone.
Listen.
I just
And you know what? We're going to get you some help. This right here, this has been a very emotionally exhausting hearing for you. So I feel for you. I really do. Because this is a lot of time you done spent with this one. Running behind him, trying to make a family, only to have him stand up and talk about how he really has no intention.
I didn't know she was a stranger. How am I supposed to
Listen,
fall in love with a
Mr.
stranger?
Fowler, see, all right, we're going to go to the results in a minute, but let me take y'all to school since y'all obviously dropped off. This is the school of life. What you all don't understand is that sex and intimacy creates a bond whether you like it or not. Now, it's a bond even without the baby. Put the baby on the top, that's a bond for life. You may not think it is, but it is. You really shouldn't be doing the act if you don't understand the act, because then you'll know where you're at based on the act, and you won't be here in this courtroom. So every woman you lay down with unprotected that ends up pregnant, you want to wonder why she's standing in the courtroom. He's the daddy, he's the daddy, whining about your little raggedy self, because I don't know either. I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I do know is because once you impregnate a woman, there is a connection there that you being crazy and acting a fool, and even you saying I don't love you, can't break. Because if it is your child, that's a piece of you she's carried. Do you get it?
Your Honor, how can you
Do
fall in
you
love with a
get it?
stranger?
Do you get it?
Yes, but how can you fall in love with a
Okay,
stranger?
there you go. So what do you mean?
How can you fall in love with a stranger?
It's not about falling
never
in
seen
love.
her before.
You
I met her at a
having
party.
unprotected sex with a stranger, and that's why you making babies all over the place. And that's what you gonna stop. So moving on.
After today,
Moving
please-
on.
Please.
Miss Jones, have you prepared yourself? Because I know you want him to be the father of your child, because you think that's going to put you 2 steps closer to him saying he going to be a family with you. I think you know you on the stairway to nowhere. Have you prepared yourself that he might be the father of your child and still not want nothing to do with you?
Yes.
Okay, so we prepared now. We got our materials for class. Now let's get the test results. Jerome. Sitting around here making babies like you making donut holes, muffins, just popping them out. Who got a job?
Me?
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
How you got it?
What you mean how I got it? By working towards getting it.
Good night.
Whatever. So how can I get taken care of?
You don't take care
You
of
don't
him.
take care of him. You don't even have a job.
Are you kidding me?
How you bashing me?
Listen.
You never even how you got a
Listen,
playpen. How
you
got
all don't
fridge?
even have to bash each other.
Like, good night.
It's written all over.
Please,
That's
please
why I
don't
said
have
I knew it. I knew it.
Please.
That's why I asked the question. Who has a job? Nobody. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Jones versus Fowler, it has been determined by this court. This is unacceptable on every level.
How many guys I coach you with in your house, though?
And none of them I slept with.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
And she always say, you might be, you might not. So I take that as no. I'm not the father.
When it comes to 5-month-old Adonis Jones, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Fowler, you are not the father.
Easy and simple.
Well, guess I'll be up here again. I'm not even mad because
Easy and simple.
I'm happy. That's gonna give me a step to leave him alone. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well,
See,
I'm not even mad.
the web we weave. Let me tell you something.
I'm not even mad.
This, look.
Not.
I don't even care for the situation.
Listen, Miss Jones, all the shrugging and listen, this is unacceptable on every level. Mr. Fowler, no, you're not the biological father of this baby. But the way you all are going on, you're gonna be back before me in no time. We have got to get a grip.
I need help.
I know you do. Go out and talk to Dr. Jeff and be honest. And Dr. Jeff, if y'all think I know stuff, he know it all. Don't waste no time with no lies, don't spin no tales, just tell him exactly what's going on. Trust me, he's heard it. Do you understand me? Be honest.
Yes.
Let's free yourself from these lies. These lies will make you sick. Make you lay down with Mr. Fowler. No, I rebuke you, devil. Court is adjourned. You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Banks versus Hawkins.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Banks, you say the defendant is pinning her baby on your son, Daryl, who was tragically murdered before her child was born. You say Daryl told you he didn't believe he was the father, and you intend to prove that today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Hawkins, you state Ms. Banks has no idea how much Daryl loved you. You say Ms. Banks is denying her son's legacy, Jasani, and you claim today's DNA results will prove Daryl is the father. Is
Yes,
that
Your
correct?
Honor.
So, Ms. Banks, why do you believe Jasani is not your grandchild?
Because, Your Honor, I don't believe that Jashani is my grandson, and I'm here to prove it today for the simple fact that Jada and my son had a very rocky relationship. Me and my son were really, really close, and we were really close. We talked all the time, every day. He would just call me to tell me that he loved me. I never knew of Jada really until right before my son's death. Jada met my son on Facebook, and she came and moved in with him the same day that she met him. They were dating, and they were off and on. They kept breaking up. So when my son told me about this, I told him that I was going to get a DNA. And the type of person my son was, if he really believed that Miss Jada had his baby, he would have said to me, no, Mom, no. You don't need to get a DNA, this is my baby. Because Jada's not the only girl who claimed to be pregnant by him. There was 2 other women also.
Before we get to that, Ms. Hawkins, can you explain to the court the nature of your relationship with the deceased Daryl?
Daryl and I had a strong relationship. We were on and off. I loved him very much. He loved me very much. When I told him I was pregnant, he wanted me to keep it. We got back together, and we started working on it.
When you were broken up, were you all seeing other people?
Yes, he was seeing someone else, and so was I.
And so if you got pregnant during the time you broke up and you were seeing someone else, could this other person potentially be your child's father?
No, Your Honor, because I was only with someone else for 2 weeks. When I found that I was pregnant, I was about 6 weeks pregnant.
So you feel like you were already pregnant before you and Daryl broke up?
Yes.
When you told Daryl you were pregnant, what did he say to you?
He was happy. He wanted me to keep it, and he wanted to get back together.
So, Ms. Banks, How did your son tell you that Miss Hawkins was pregnant?
He came to me, he called me on the phone, and he was like, Mom, Jada's pregnant. And I was like, who is Jada? And he was like, she's my new girlfriend. And I was like, oh, here we go again. My son had a lot of girlfriends. And to me, Jada was just another girl that came along, and now she's saying she's pregnant. Of course, Daryl was gonna be like, he wants to have a baby. He comes from a large family. He has 6 brothers and sisters. So of course, he doesn't know about not having a kid.
So how is it that he expressed that he was doubtful?
When she called and said that she was pregnant, she was living with another man.
Correction.
Oh.
I was not living with another man. I was staying with my cousin. I was in a relationship with another man. And when I found that I was pregnant, the other man said, if you decide to keep the baby, let's end the relationship. That's how I ended back up with Daryl. Thank you.
So you came back to my son because another man didn't want you?
Because I wanted my baby, and Daryl wanted my baby too.
Miss Hawkins, can you tell the court how long were you back together with Daryl before he passed away?
I literally got back with Daryl on October 20th, and he passed away October 21st.
And you were the last person to see him?
Yes. Correction, I was not the last person to see him.
The
people
murderers
that
were.
did that was the last people to see him.
You're right.
Miss Hawkins and Miss Banks, let me try to get an understanding as to what's going on. I understand.
She feels like
how
I'm the
painful
reason
this
her
is.
son is dead. That's how she feels. You're really the reason your son is dead.
I'm not the reason he's dead.
Listen, ladies.
You're the reason.
If he-
And you know that. You know that.
Ladies.
Come on.
Girl,
Do
let me
it.
tell
Do
you
it.
something. If he
Miss
wasn't with
Ladies.
your trashy self,
Let's get some order. Let's get some order, ladies. Let's not go there today. It's bad enough that he is gone, and it's even worse that potentially Jasani is left behind without his father, or if he's not his biological father, without having a relationship with a biological father. Let's not go there.
Why would you name him Jay Shani when you know that my son is dead? The whole time you were pregnant, you told us you were gonna name that baby Daryl Ray Daniel
Let you
III.
speak.
That's why his name is Triple D.
Can I speak? Okay, Daryl told me out his own mouth he don't want his son. I said, if it's a boy, do you want him named after you? I don't like my name. Give my son his own name. That's what I did. But not only that, my son's whole name is Jasani Daryl Ray Daniel. Is your son's whole name not in that name? Jasani Daryl Ray Daniel. Jasani Daryl Ray Daniel.
All right.
That does not make him him.
Miss Hawkins.
He's not your son. He's not him. He's not your.
That ain't his
Let's
baby.
get some order, ladies. Jerome, stand in between them. Goodness.
You a whole vagrant. You can't never
Ladies.
find nowhere to stay.
Keep it under
I got
control.
all my-
Get the answer.
And I know
But me
who
and
the
my
guy-
Ladies.
but me and my son got a roof over our head. Like you was just calling me on the
Miss-
phone, talking about, oh, my house is getting foreclosure.
Because
you got me.
when my son died, I
It
stopped
don't
working.
matter. It
But I
don't
bet
matter.
you I got
And
it
I'm
back.
taking
I
care of
bet
my
you
son
January
by myself.
30th.
I'm taking care of Daryl's son by myself.
Ladies,
I know you
Miss
are.
Hawkins,
It's very emotional.
Miss Hawkins,
emotional.
Miss Hawkins,
Thank
Miss Hawkins, turn around and look at me. Look at me. Look at
Take a
me.
deep breath.
Calm down. Just take a deep breath. Everybody is in so much pain. You all are just so wound up. Just look at me and take a breath. Take a breath. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Daryl passed while Miss Hawkins was pregnant.
Yes, ma'am.
While Miss Hawkins takes a minute, I will speak with you, Miss Banks.
Okay.
Once he passes, do you try to form a relationship with Miss Hawkins?
Yes, I tried to form a relationship with her because I knew Jada's situation. She's young. I have a bunch of kids. I have a house. So I talked to Jada on the phone, and I said to her, well, Jada, come on. Move to Houston with us. I can help you better if you live close to me. I bought Jada a one-way ticket. Yes, it was a one-way ticket because you were supposed to be coming. I get to the airport with balloons in my head, excited because this is all that I have left of my son that was tragically murdered. I'm standing in the airport like an idiot. This one's nowhere around. I'm looking for a girl that I've never met.
And she never showed.
She never showed. And then when I called her on the phone, she didn't even answer the phone.
What happened? Why didn't you go?
I only didn't get on the plane because at the time, Daryl had just passed. She was going through a lot, calling me, picking fights with me, threatening me, making me feel, I don't know you. Like you said, I never met you in person. I don't know you, and I'm going to jump on a plane to come move with you.
I was threatening you?
No.
For what?
You threatened me to this day.
And so, Ms. Banks, you interpreted her failure to come as this probably isn't my son's baby because she doesn't want the help of his mother.
And she's acting nervous and scared. I have 7 kids.
I mean, you've had 7 children. You do know how vulnerable you feel when you're pregnant. Do you understand how she maybe got nervous and just did not want to be in a new environment?
She should have just said that.
Well, yeah, but at
all that mouth she got.
That's a lot of pressure.
She got
a lot of pressure on me at that time.
She wasn't scared. She lied. Look at all that mouth she got. Where you see scared at it?
Well, I wasn't going to say she was
not your turn to
scared.
talk.
What I was going to say, Ms. Banks, is that at 20, early 20s, you just don't always make the right calls.
You don't.
And you don't do things the right way. That's one of the problems when you're that young having babies. You haven't really figured things out. And so, no, you're right. Don't have somebody buy a plane ticket and be at the airport with balloons. You could have just said, you know what, ma'am, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not comfortable.
How come when after Daryl was dead, she called me on the phone and she told me how she was trying to get some assistance for her and baby Jay Shani. She asked me for his Social Security, my son's Social Security
Wait, this is
number.
after he passed away?
Yes.
Well, let me ask you.
No, that's not how it happened. By law, if a mother goes down to welfare and file for welfare and get on assistance, the father automatically goes on child support. I explained to them that Daryl passed away. They said, give us his social, we're going to run it anyway and find his death certificate.
Where could you get that social at? Where you got it from?
Okay, but wait. So then when I called her and got it and they ran it, they said, okay, yes, he passed away. Maybe you can get, I don't know what it's called, but some type of benefits for
survival
my son.
comes from his mother.
Okay, at the end of the day, what about it? What about it, though?
That's what
at
you
the end of the day, what about it? How on welfare? You didn't do nothing for your grandson.
And that ain't my grandson.
But you sent them ashes. You sent them down ashes, though. You sent them down ashes, though, but it ain't your grandson.
Does he have a relationship with Ms. Banks? Have you?
No, he does not.
Okay.
For what? It ain't mine.
She did one thing for Jasani when he was a couple months old. Ordered him some clothes and sent it with a lock with Daryl's ashes in it. Why are you doing that if you don't feel like it's your grandchild?
Because in the beginning, once Daryl passed away, this was the last thing that I had. This is the only thing that I have of him. But I'm so sick of you. Every time you get pissed, telling me who I cannot see. So I looked it up and I found out that I have grandparents' rights. And I don't have to kiss your little young behind no more. That if this is my grandson today, I can get me some grandparents' rights. And I ain't got to talk to you or be your friend.
Okay. I heard what you said, Ms. Banks. Now I want to let Ms. Hawkins speak. What would you like to say in response? Speak to me.
Yes, when I get upset and I tell her, okay, I don't want you in my baby life, that's because when she's upset, she tells me stuff like, my son's already dead. What you gonna do when your son die? I can't love a baby.
I never told you that.
I can't love a baby.
I never told you that. I never told you that.
I
never told you that.
I can't love a baby I never met.
And she has another boyfriend now. Already. I'm still mourning. I'm still sad. I'm still crying every day. How can you be so eager to have another man? You just keep getting more men.
But Ms. Banks, okay, take a breath. You say, as much as you express that you are upset with Ms. Hawkins, you say, this baby's all I have. This baby's all I have. Are you just so hurt? And listen, I couldn't put myself in your shoes.
She knows how hurt I am. Somebody murdered your child. I want to know how you gonna react. Just because you went off and got another.
Listen, Ms. Banks, Ms. Banks.
That is not what you said.
Ms. Banks.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm here with you. I'm right here with you, and I understand your pain, and I'm right here. Is it your hope that you do have that legacy of your son?
Yes.
So you do really hope, and that's why, despite the doubt, you still sent the ashes, you sent the clothes.
Yes. If I didn't like her, there was nowhere she was gonna be.
Okay.
She would never be at my house.
Okay.
So what I want to do, Your Honor, is I want to find out if this is my grandchild. So then I'm gonna have a different attitude toward this little girl.
Okay, then that's what we need. Let's focus on what we need to do to be able to get to the other side. Let's focus on that. Jerome, may I have the envelope,
Yes.
please? Thank you.
You're welcome.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. Because there wasn't a blood card available to test the DNA of the deceased, Daryl Daniel, we performed a DNA test with his surviving parent, LaWinda Banks. And with that being said, the results determine if there is a viable relationship between the child, Jasani Daniel, and LaWinda Banks. These are the results. In the case of Banks versus Hawkins, when it comes to 21-month-old Jasani Daniel, it has been determined by this court the percentage of relatedness between Miss LaWinda Banks and Jasani Daniel is 99.99%. You are related.
What now?
I'm sorry, Jada. I just needed to really know. I just needed to know. Please come.
Just stand still. Just, you can make it. You can make it. I know
sorry,
you've
babe.
been through a lot.
Please,
I'm sorry.
It's okay, and I forgive
sorry.
you, but I
I'm
need
sorry.
a minute.
Listen,
sorry.
I need a minute.
Just let's take a breath. She's just saying she's sorry. When you've been through this kind of trauma, I mean, this isn't just disappointment. This isn't even betrayal. This is tragedy. This is trauma. Both of you are still suffering. And you may say, oh, she moved on to the next one. Many people go through trauma in that way too. I want you ladies to start thinking about your mental and emotional health, because the way you feel and the way you behave is going to directly affect that beautiful little boy. Miss Hawkins, if it's okay, can Dr. Jeff be in the room with you guys so that Miss Banks can meet Jasani and just enjoy him and begin to start connecting with him?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
He will take good care of you all. I wish you all the very, very best, and I'm so very sorry for your loss. Court is adjourned.